Hello, I want to welcome you once again to my YouTube channel. It's a great new year that the Lord has blessed us with, and I don't want to take you for granted. And therefore, I want to assure you, as I always say, I have actually been taking time to pray for you because you have partnered with me even as I fulfill my assignment in my generation. I want to thank you for subscribing. I want to thank you for sharing. I want to thank you for commenting. And even those of you who write me the emails, even to express their satisfaction and even to express their desires and their expectations. May the Lord do you well. As those of you who have been in this channel may be aware, for the sake of the visitors or the first-time viewers, it's good to mention my name is Njeri Nderito. I am a minister of the gospel of Jesus Christ. I teach the word of God. I pray for you. And I teach you different principles of the word of God. Apart from that, in the marketplace, I am a consultant and a life coach. I am also an author, and I also do business. I'm an entrepreneur. And therefore, in this video, this particular one, I'm going to be sharing with you a life skill that I believe will be able to equip you. Because remember, I am passionate and committed to equip you to be able to fulfill your life destiny and purpose. Because I believe that is the reason as to why I am here as a person. And therefore today I'll be sharing on a topic, refuse to be a spectator this year. I want you to understand that a spectator is a person who watches. Their work is to watch, maybe at a show, at a game, or any other event, and they just sit down or stand or take whichever posture they take, and they watch while others are taking the action and making things happen. I want you to understand that a spectator is also an onlooker. Can you imagine? So the work of a spectator is to watch as others are making things happen. I don't know about you, but I refuse to be a spectator. And this is one of the reasons. When you are a spectator, your work is basically to watch the action of others, is to watch the results of others, is to watch the fruits of others and the lives of others as they're happening. Whereas for you, you just live there with mere expectation. I don't know about you, but I refuse to be a spectator this year. And I want to encourage you, my listener, even as you are in this channel, it is not by accident. I am here to positively compel you and encourage you as I always do. Refuse to be a spectator, because a spectator is somebody who will only watch. It's somebody who will only be viewing as others are making things happen. And I believe that is an error. And I want you to understand that in other words, when you allow yourself to become a spectator, you position yourself to be at a place where your work is to sit down and just watch as others are making things happen. What an error. Can you imagine that we are living at such tough times and the Lord has given you breath and life, yet instead of using that time constructively, you are just a mere spectator. I forbid you and I refuse for you to be a spectator as long as you are part of this channel. I want you to understand that instead of sitting down, that being a spectator makes you to just sit down, and instead of strategizing and planning on how you can make your life better this year, can you imagine as a spectator, you just sit down, think nothing, do nothing. It is an error. Your work is to wake up and watch the lives of your neighbors, the lives of your siblings, the lives of others. I forbid you to watch this channel and be part of this family and become a spectator. I want you to understand that when you become a spectator, you become an empty-handed analyst. Have you noticed people who are spectators? Even in a football match, they know more than the coach. But imagine being a spectator will lead you to be an empty-handed analyst whose job is to analyze and criticize the work of other people, whereas you have nothing to show for your life. I want you to know, my listener, that is an error. I refuse to allow you this year to be a mere spectator. I want to challenge you positively. I want to equip you until you arise. Until the next time the temptation to spectate comes, you will silence it because you will be so busy making things happen for your life, for your family, and for your community. Do you know something, my listener? Spectators somehow, they appear to know it all. Yet the truth of the matter is they are just good at knowing the business of other people. Whereas their own life business is at a standstill. It is at a mess. And therefore, my listener, I would like to encourage you at this very moment. Refuse to be a spectator. Remove the shoes of a spectator and put on the robe of a generational influencer. Put on the suit of those who are going to the marketplace and making things happen and forcing things happen, even when others are complaining. Refuse to sit down and spectate the news, complain from morning to evening. But I want to challenge you to arise from that posture of a spectator and become a generational influencer, a mover and a shaker. Become somebody who, instead of spectating and criticizing, you become a part of a solution. Begin creating solutions for your own self, your own life, your family, your community, your nation, and even your generation. I want you to understand one thing, my listener, that becoming a spectator will stagnate your life. It will waste your time. And you know, time is very precious. And if you do not do something urgent to stop yourself from continuing to be a spectator, imagine being a spectator will baptize you with failure. Who wants to be a failure? I don't know about you, but I reject to be a failure. It will baptize you with bitterness, because as you are spectating your other people and you are witnessing their blessings, you will become bitter. It will baptize you with jealousy. I did a video on jealousy. Can you imagine? Because your work is to spectate on the neighbors, your siblings and other people. And as you see how they're making things happen, as you watch how their life is progressing, unknowingly, you become jealousy. And do you know what will happen eventually? You will start hating others for no reason. Because the more you're spectating on others' lives, the less you're focusing on building up your own life and capacity. And without realizing, you may end up even hating even on your siblings. Some people even they hate on their children. Can you imagine? Others even they hate on their spouses. Because of what? You have employed yourself to be a full-time spectator instead of making things happen. But today, I sack you from that position of a spectator. And I challenge you and I positively and urgently compel you. Drop this position of a spectator and join the inside ring, where the movers and the shakers and where the real action is taking place. Because you cannot convince me you have breath and life just to be a mere spectator. I want to encourage you, throw away that mat of being a spectator and put on the shoes, of a serious generational influencer. If I may challenge you, who are you influencing in your life? If you're not influencing anybody, you are living a life of a spectator, which is a big error. I want to challenge you, my listener. Refuse to sit another day on that seat of a spectator, and instead arise and stand up and join the league of builders, people who are building lives and communities, people who are building corporations and companies. Join the league of newsmakers. Yes, you have been spectating others and gossiping them. Can you also build something so that you can also be a newsmaker? Join the league of wealth builders and committed legacy builders. Let me tell you, the day the Lord taught me this concept, I stopped spectating on anybody's life. I don't spectate on others' lives. Instead, I challenge my brain to think. I pray for strategies and I make things happen. And from the look of things and the results, I am making things happen. And I want to welcome you to come and join me as we make things happen. I want you to refuse, my listener, to be enrolled another day into that class of spectators, and instead cross over and join the school of champions and creators and innovators who have zero time to spectate on others, because every day, every minute, every second, they are busy pulling down the next strategy, working on the next platform, and working on the next idea. I repeat again, it is an error to be alive in this season when we are living, and your only work and duty is to sit down and spectate as others are making things happen. I want to challenge you, my listener. Identify your goals and write them down for this year and begin strategizing and planning on how to achieve these goals. And you will realize you will not have the time, the energy to spectate on others. You're going to be so busy working out on your goals, looking for resources, searching for partners and destiny helpers until you will have zero time to spectate on other people. I also want you to understand that it is such a great error. It grieves me and it's a tragedy to spend your God-given life and days spectating on the lives and achievements of others instead of building up your own life, your capacity, improving your life skills so that you may become a better person. And therefore, as I bring this short message to a closure, I want to compel you and to challenge you in a positive way with a lot of concern. Arise, shake off every trace of a spectating behavior out of your life and march majestically and join the league of those of us who are making great things happen. It is my prayer and my desire that even as we progress to February and March, I will be receiving your positive feedback on the progress that you're making in your life. I want you to know that the opposite of a spectator is a participant. And I want to bring this to a final closure by telling you, I urge you, my listener, with a lot of love, because I really love to see people fulfill their destinies. Become a participant in building a better life for yourself, for your family, for your community, for your locality, for your village, wherever you are, for your nation, and above all, for your generation. Always desire to arise and do something positive that will make somebody else somewhere smile and celebrate that indeed you were born. Become so focused and committed in building a better life until you will have zero time and zero energy to spectate on others. As you shake off that habit of being a spectator, I guarantee you from my own results that you are about to witness massive growth and progress in your life. And that is what drives me. I cannot wait to get your feedback. And remember, you cannot be committed to achieving your life purpose, your life destiny. I'm so passionate about this, a divine assignment, and get extra time to spectate on others. And therefore, the challenge lies right there, my listener. Get down to working on your life purpose. Get down to fulfilling your life destiny. Get down to working hard, fulfilling your divine assignment for your generation. And that behavior of spectating on others will just melt away. And remember that in any game, the spectators go home empty-handed and sometimes with hoarse voices because of shouting. But the winning participants, they always go home with a trophy. I therefore believe that as you refuse to be a spectator this year, then you will end the year dancing as you hold your trophy of achievement. And I cannot wait to receive that email, that thumbs up, that testimony, that feedback telling me, Njerinde Rito, finally, here is my trophy. And therefore, I challenge you at this hour, work on your goals. Work on building a better life. Work on stopping to be a spectator and instead become a generational influencer. Until the next time, I tell you one more time, refuse to be a spectator. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to share and to comment. And above all, I want you to know that I am here and I'm committed to be your partner as you fulfill your life destiny and purpose. And therefore this year, I leave it at this. Refuse adamantly to be a spectator. Until next time, shalom.